It all began the day Mr. Carter became the new HOA president in our community. Everyone knew he was strict, but no one realized how far he was willing to go to abuse his power. At first, it was just small annoyances. One morning, I found a bright red violation notice taped to my front door. "You are being fined $250 for your dog's excessive barking," it read. I was shocked. My dog Max, a sweet golden retriever, barely barked unless someone was at the gate. I crumpled the notice and stepped outside, only to see Mr. Carter walking down the street with his usual smug look. "Are you serious about this fine?" My dog barely makes a sound. I called out. He didn't even slow down. "Rules are rules. If you don't like it, maybe you should move," he said with a smirk. I was stunned, but it didn't stop there. A week later, I got another notice. This time, it was for $100 because my fence was apparently non-compliant. 2 days later, another fine, $150 for unapproved plants in my garden. It was clear that Mr. Carter was targeting me. I kept my head down, hoping it would blow over, but I was wrong. One sunny afternoon, I was in my backyard playing fetch with Max. He was happy, tail wagging, catching the ball midair. For a moment, life felt normal. Then I heard the sound of my front gate creaking open. I looked up and saw Mr. Carter striding right onto my property. No knock, no permission, nothing. "Excuse me, this is private property." I yelled. He ignored me and shouted, "This dog is a nuisance. If you don't control him, I will." Before I could react, Max ran toward him, thinking he was another playmate, and that's when it happened. Mr. Carter raised his leg and kicked my dog. Max yelped and collapsed to the ground. I rushed forward, scooping him up. He was shaking and whimpering in pain. "What is wrong with you?" I screamed, but Mr. Carter just smirked. "Maybe now he'll behave. By the way, I'll be reporting you to the HOA for harboring an aggressive animal." I was shaking with anger, but I knew yelling at him wouldn't help. I needed to handle this the right way, legally. I rushed Max to the vet. He had a sprained leg and would need weeks to recover. As I stroked his head, I whispered, "I'm going to make him pay for this, buddy. I promise." That night, I reviewed the security camera footage from my yard. It was all there. Mr. Carter trespassing through the gate, him yelling at me, and the horrifying moment he kicked Max. I made multiple copies of the footage and contacted an attorney the next morning. My lawyer was furious when she saw the evidence. "We'll file a police report for animal cruelty and trespassing," she said, "and a civil lawsuit for harassment and damages." I agreed immediately. When the police showed up at Mr. Carter's door, he tried to lie. "That dog attacked me. I was defending myself," he claimed. But once the officers watched the footage, his story crumbled. He was officially charged with animal cruelty and trespassing. The next HOA meeting was a turning point. I walked in with Max in my arms. Neighbors sat quietly as I connected my laptop to projector. "Before you hear any more lies," I said, "I want you to see what your HOA president did on my property." The footage played. Gasps filled the room as the moment Mr. Carter kicked Max replayed on the big screen. Some neighbors looked horrified. Others whispered that they, too, had been unfairly fined or harassed by him. I explained everything: the bogus fines, the harassment, the threats. By the time I finished, the entire room was furious. One neighbor stood up and said, "We need to vote him out now." Court day finally arrived. I was nervous, but my lawyer was confident. She laid out every detail: the multiple fake fines, the trespassing, the assault on Max. Mr. Carter's attorney tried to spin it as a misunderstanding, but the video didn't lie. The judge was livid. He ruled in my favor, fining Mr. Carter thousands of dollars and ordering him to resign as HOA president immediately. The HOA was also required to refund all the bogus fines he had issued to homeowners. As we left the courtroom, several neighbors came up to me, thanking me for standing up to him. One said, "You didn't just fight for yourself, you fought for all of us." And he was right. A few weeks later, I sat on my porch petting Max. He was healing well, though he still limped a little when tired. The neighborhood felt different now. Peaceful, free. I looked at Max and whispered, "No one will ever hurt you or our family again. Not while I'm here." If you're ever bullied by an HOA or by anyone abusing their power, don't stay silent. Document everything, gather evidence, and fight back legally. Because when you stand up for yourself and those who can't fight for themselves, you don't just protect your home, you change everything. What would you do if an HOA president or neighbor treated you like this? Tell me in the comment below. I read every single one. And if you want more powerful stories like this, hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a new video.